Tokariki Lad down the outside, the bump of the leader. Here comes Red Chase and Tokariki Lad. Red Chase and Tokariki Lad, they hit the line.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Final Gallop. It is episode 243 and is proudly supported by the Brisbane Airport Hotels Group and PlayUp. This week we're going to preview our 11 runners on the card at Doomben on Saturday, and also we'll have a quick look at our runners in the feature races at the Rockhampton Winter Carnival on Friday and Saturday. Filling in again for our holidaying trainer is racing manager Mitch Treleavan. Morning Mitch, let's just jump straight into our big team of runners for the 2 days ahead.
Sounds good.
Okay, we will start with Rockhampton on Friday, where we have Palladas racing in the $100,000 Newmarket Rockhampton. The Rockhampton Newmarket over the 1,300 metres. It will be race 7 on the card. He'll carry 55 kilos with Martin Harley riding. He has drawn barrier 1. He does have the ability, this horse, but he does struggle to put it all together sometimes in races. Last start he got in a pretty bad spot in the running around the tricky Ipswich circuit in the eyeliner.
He was very unlucky at Ipswich. It's been a tricky preparation with him. Obviously we had to race him behind Antino earlier on, and then he had no luck at Ipswich, so I really like him getting to this big track. He raced well last year in the same race. He's drawn 1 here. I think Martin Harley will give him a really nice run from barrier 1, and I think he's a really good chance. It's not the strongest Newmarket I've seen up there, so really good chance.
He gets his chance, that's for sure. Okay, on Saturday we will have a runner in the feature Rockhampton Cup, which is run over the mile, and that will be Aussie Nugget. He'll carry 54 kilos. Angela Jones will ride him, and the barrier draw will be later on today. He's very capable in a race like this if he can step away okay. Last start in the Tattersalls Mile, he just got caught on the inside, lost momentum, and then had to find room and had no luck whatsoever.
Yes, correct. He was actually, when he got out last start, he was quite good through the line, and we've had this race earmarked for him for a while, and I think he profiles as a Rocky Cup horse. The trip's perfect for him. It's just I haven't seen the field obviously yet, but if he puts his best foot forward, he's right in a race like that. Yeah.
Okay. On to the Brisbane Racing Club Metro meeting at Doomben on Saturday. The rail will be in the 1 metre position. The track is currently a heavy 8, however the forecast is for fine and sunny days for the rest of the week, so hopefully we will get back to a soft 5. Where do you think the best place to be will be in the running?
It'd be raced like a normal Doomben meeting. You'd want to be on speed, but when there's a little cut out of it, it races really fairly as well, so I'd expect every horse to get their chance. Okay,
we'll start with race 1, which is the 2-year-old Handicap over the 1,350 metres. Transatlantic runs in this, 58 kilos. Jimmy Orman on board from barrier 3. He is paying with PlayUp at the moment $2.60 to win and $1.28 for the place. He is a really well-bred Snitzel colt out of a Group 1 Oaks winner. It was a nervous watch for backers last start when he just got there to land his maiden at this track and trip.
Certainly was. You and I were watching it in the office and weren't sure whether he got there, and I wouldn't have wanted to be around Craig if he did get beat, because he had a few multis beginning with him. But look, he's improved since that again. He maps to get a very similar run, and it's not these off-season, 2-year-old races, late season, over a bit of ground aren't great either. So he probably doesn't need to improve all that much, but we know he has. And I really like the run he's going to get. My only concern is whether he wants to go further now. That's the only thing that could possibly get him beat Saturday. So really happy with him.
Okay. Race 2 is the Class 3 plate over the 1,600 metres. Kinetic will run in this, 57 kilos. Ryan Maloney will ride her. She's drawn barrier 3 with PlayUp at the moment. She is paying $8 to win and $2.20 for the place. She did have back-to-back wins before midfield finishes up in grade at her last 2 starts. She is back to set weights on Saturday, and she does have a good draw, which will help her
massively. I think the draw is the key here. She had no luck at Eagle Farm 2 starts back, and it was a weird sort of run race at Ipswich last start, so I think she gets the run to suit her here. She'll need to improve from those 2 runs. The favourite's got a bit of form on board, so it's going to be hard to beat, but she's going to get a really nice run here, and if she can go back to the form that she was at earlier this prep, she's right in a race like this.
Okay. We'll move on to race 3 now, which is the Benchmark 72 Handicap over 2,000 metres. Flensburg runs 55 kilos with CJ Graham's 3 kilo claim. Flensburg's drawn barrier 7, and with PlayUp he's paying $12 to win and $3.30 for the place. He did win dominantly 3 starts ago in a lesser grade and not far away in his next 2 starts when he was up in grade, and CJ's claim could be crucial for him here.
Yeah, I think so. And she obviously rode him really well at Ipswich when he won, so back in trip, 3 weeks between runs is going to suit him, as will if there's still cut out of the ground by Saturday, but he's going really well. These races, obviously, they're probably the best. The horse that gets the best run in the race normally wins, and I think if CJ can give him a similar ride to 3 back at Ipswich, he's right in a race like this. I think he's over the odds for sure.
Okay. Race 4 is the Fillies and Mares Benchmark 78 handicap over 1200 metres. We have 3 runners in this. We'll start with Self-Indulgent. She'll carry 58 kilos with CJ Graham's 3 kilo claim. She has drawn barrier 13. With PlayUp, she's paying $8.50 to win and $2.80 for the place. Her last 2 starts have been in listed races and she wasn't far away in either one of them. She drops back in grade here and gets the benefit of a claim, but drawn poorly. But Tony's mentioned before, the worse she draws, the better she goes.
Yeah, definitely. She finds a race here that she drops back significantly in grade. She hasn't been running badly at all. I don't love the draw, but sometimes she draws one and we expect her to get the run of the race and she goes no good. So I think that she's really well in with the claim with CJ. I think we'll roll forward, try and sit outside lead, and if she can do that without doing too much work, she's going to be right in the finish. It's just going to depend how much work she's going to do early, but she can't be going any better.
Second one is Innersec. She'll carry 56 kilos. Ryan Maloney will ride her. Innersec has drawn barrier 1. She's paying $9.50 to win and $3.10 for the place with PlayUp. She's loving her racing at the moment with the space between her runs as well. She was a winner 3 starts ago, followed by a couple of close seconds in her last 2, and over 1200 metres, that will be her upper limit though.
Yeah, I think so. I think she's earned the right to have another crack at it though, for sure, and she's racing a lot better now than what she was when she last had a go at 1200. And
absolutely.
She really is racing like she wants it now.
Yep.
The form around her is really good. So the horse that beat her last start at Doomben come out and ran a big race in a nice 1,000 metre race at Caloundra on Saturday, and Michelle ran good in that race as well, who beat her the start prior. So I like the draw here too. I think Ryan would be able to posse up sort of just off that speed, which should be pretty good speed. Self-Indulgent coming from the outside. So I like the run she's going to get, and the form around her is pretty good, so there's a bit of money for early, and I'm not surprised about that.
Okay, the third runner we have is Typhoon Tavi. She'll carry 55 kilos. Samantha Collett rides barrier 5. She's paying $11 to win with PlayUp and $3.50 the place. She did win by 5 lengths at this track and trip at the start of her preparation when she led the whole way. She's been disappointing in her last 2, but they were listed races, and she didn't really appreciate being back between runners in her last start in the Gay Waterhouse.
No, definitely not. The more I look at it, if she can replicate that first up win in April, she'll be very hard to beat here. It's just whether she can do that. She maps to get a nice run from barrier 5, and if Sam can control things up in front, I can't see why she wouldn't run really well again. Okay,
so there's 3 in it. How are you splitting the 3?
I think Self-Indulgent's got the class. I'm a little worried about what type of run she's going to get, and Intersect's flying, so I might sit on the fence.
Okay. Race 5 is the cutest 3-year-old handicap over the 1350 metres. We have 2 in this. We'll start with Count de Beans, 56.5 kilos. Ryan Maloney on board, barrier 10. With PlayUp, Count de Beans is paying $5.50 to win and $1.95 for the place. A strong third 2 starts ago at this track and distance before never being in it in the TL Cooney at the tricky Ipswich track.
It was a strange run. He's very consistent normally, and we couldn't really put a finger down as to why that happened. So his work Tuesday was the best he's worked this prep. So I think if he again replicates his run 2 back behind Ekaterina, he wins this race. So he's just got to do that.
Yep.
Whether he can or not is up to him. But I think he might get a tricky run from the gate as well. So it's just he's going to need a bit of luck the first 400 metres. But as I said, if he those 2 runs 2 back, he wins this race, so he's a good chance.
Okay, the second runner we have is Porky, who Just having a little nap at the back of the box there. 53 kilos, Ben Thompson will ride Porky from Barrier 3. He's paying $14 to win and $3.60 for the place with PlayUp. He does resume on Saturday at a distance that he has performed well at previously. He was very close to beating the Vows twice in the summer, and that horse has since won a listed race and placed in 2 group races, so that's good form. Finished off a jump out very nicely a fortnight ago.
He was really good on the dirt a couple of weeks ago at Eagle Farm. I think he's going to improve from this significantly. He's probably also going to prefer getting across or getting outside here at Eagle Farm, but he's going really, really well. We're very happy with him. I like the run he's going to get. I like the weight he's got, but he might need the run. That's the only thing for him.
Okay. We'll move on to race 6, which is the Class 6 plate over the 1,350 metres. Ashgrove runs 54.5 kilos. Ben Thompson on board. Ashgrove's drawn Barrier 6 with PlayUp. He is paying $15 to win and $3.70 for the place. He's another that's resuming on Saturday, and he typically needs a run and a little bit further to show his best, but he did have a nice jump out recently that will bring him up to the mark.
Another one that's come back in super order. Both his trial was good and his jump out was really, really good, so he's going to need the run, I dare say, and a little further, but he's one that wouldn't surprise me if he ran a massive race Saturday. He's going to get a nice run from the barrier. I suppose it's just going to depend on how quick they go. He could end up a bit worse in midfield and need a bit of luck, but I like the weight, like the barrier, and I think he's a big chance of running a place, and then he's in for a super prep.
Yes. Race 7 is the open handicap over the 1,110 metres. Sneaky 5 will run in this race with 56.5 kilos. Ben Thompson rides Sneaky from Barrier 1. She's currently paying $4.60 $4.60 to win and $1.65 for the place with PlayUp. She's been competitive in her past 3 runs, all in listed mares grade. She's got the best draw of her prep here, and she does drop back slightly in distance.
Yeah, she hasn't had a lot of luck the
No.
last 3 starts, and I love the barrier she gets here. Benny Thompson's won on her before. I think she just tracks the speed, and any luck around the turn, she's going to look the winner a lot of the straight. So she's going well enough to win a race like this. She's won very similar races to this, so
Yep.
the run she's going to get, I think she's a massive chance Saturday.
Okay. We'll move on to race 9 now, which will be our last runner for the day. It is the Colts, Geldings and Entires Benchmark 78 handicap over the 1,200 metres. Zarastro will run in this. He will carry 56.5 kilos. Ryan Maloney takes the ride. He's drawn Barrier 1. With PlayUp, he's paying $3.40 to win and $1.55 for the place. Here's a newcomer to the stable, and he did put an impressive trial win on the board a month ago and backed that up with a nice jump out on the dirt.
Another one that was super on the dirt 2 weeks ago at Eagle Farm. He's another one that gets a really nice run from the barrier, and he's found it's quite a deep race actually. You know, you've got Hatchet down there. It's I think second favourite, but if he replicates any of his wins down south, he's right in a race like this. Whether he needs to run first up or not is probably the query, but yeah, massive chance with the run he's going to get.
We are into the final furlong of this week's Final Gallop. Who do you think the best winning chance at Doomben on Saturday is?
Transatlantic's found a very winnable race again, so he's our best.
Okay, our best each way chance?
I can't make my mind up at Doomben, so I'll go to Rocky tomorrow. Palladas, he'll be good each way odds, I dare say.
Okay, and speaking of Rockhampton, what is the best over the 2-day carnival there?
Dramatica.
And she's in on Friday.
She's tomorrow. It's about $4.
Okay, and our best track worker this week?
Self-indulgent.
Self-indulgent?
She was terrific.
Okay. And your performance from the stable for the week?
It's a little light on Saturday. Didn't have much luck. Yesterday was really good, so I'll probably have to go yesterday, all 3 of them.
Yeah, they were
John
good.
Rambo was outstanding. He just keeps improving, and I'd imagine he'll be very competitive wherever he goes next start.
And it was good to see Cronenberg put back-to-back wins together. He's shown an awful lot, and it's finally good to see him putting the wins on the board.
Definitely. I think he'll go on with it now, and I think we found his distance. He's going to really appreciate on-speed mile races, especially at Doomben where he won 2 back. But Black on Beauty was outstanding again too. So all 3 of those are going to win more races for sure.
Now, courtesy of PlayUp, we have a special offer. This week they are giving you $3 for 2 winners or more for the stable at Doomben. That's pretty good with the team that we've got in.
Yeah, we've strength in numbers definitely, but we've got really good chances across today even that aren't the favourites. So I think it's very good odds.
Yep.
So get on board for sure.
Absolutely. Okay, it is time for Cav's Corner, which is supported by the Brisbane Airport Hotels Group. There was no cigar for Cav at all last week. This week I think he'll be inspired by the lure of the big Rockhampton stake as he leads our team up there. Let's see what he's got for us this week.
Welcome to Cav's Corner for this week. This week we're going to venture to Rockhampton. On Friday we'll go Palladas a win, and in the Rockhampton Newmarket, and then on Saturday we'll venture to the Rocky Cup and we'll go Aussie Nugget a win. Good punting, guys.
So he has stuck with Rocky. He's just not going away from Rocky.
No.
He doesn't care about anything else this weekend apart from Rocky. So he has gone Palladas a win into Aussie Nugget a win.
Terrified for the bar staff at Rocky if both of those do win, but no, I like it, and it'll be good odds, and they're both going really well, so
Okay.
it certainly wouldn't shock me.
Well, I hope neither one of them realises the weight they have to carry with Craig as well.
Correct, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Ultimate handicap.
Absolutely. Good luck to the stable both at Doomben and Rockhampton, and there will be another few big days ahead for the stable.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Obviously the carnival's wound up now, but we'll be able to keep ticking along to the end of the season.
Yep, absolutely. Best of luck to everyone on the weekend.